The following is a Learfield presentation of the Washington State Sports Network. This is the Cougar Basketball Hour on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield. Tonight's show is brought to you by U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank is a proud supporter of Cougar athletics. Together, there's nothing as powerful as the power of us. U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Tonight's show is also brought to you by Zappos, where the Palouse comes to play and eat. Now with Coach Kamie Ethridge, here's your host, Steve Grubbs.
Alex, L.A., Marta, do I need to steal like 20 of these? So there's only 480 of them available.
And they're reversible, too. So, I mean, if you like the one, all you got to do is turn it around, and then you got the other one.
I'm going to at least get those three. So 497 are available.
All right.
You got to get there early.
So
I'm going to take care of those
early.
guys right down there. That's pretty cute.
Yeah, so that's going to be happening again when Gonzaga comes to town on Saturday. Again, that is going to be a 12 o'clock noon start on Saturday. We will have a game before that. That'll be Thursday night in Moraga against St. Mary's. We'll talk about those two opponents coming up during the show. We'll talk about this recent stretch of West Coast Conference basketball where the Cougars have played 4 games in a week. That is now through, and now we have off until, just Thursday, but nonetheless have off until Thursday, and we'll be down in Moraga. And a lot of different things. We'll have Alex Covill joining us here on the show tonight. Is that correct?
Let's go.
It's going to be a whiteout also, so wear your white on Saturday. We've got crimson on today, but make sure you wear your white on Saturday to Beasley Coliseum, so that way you can be part of the whiteout against Gonzaga. But 4 games in a week, Coach, and you wrapped it up with a nice 66-52 win over Oregon State. Coming off of the loss against Santa Clara, that was a big, big bounce-back win for us.
Right. It's always good to talk about the win. It's always good to talk about the win.
We'll get a little bit to the loss, too, but go ahead.
You know, honestly, beating Oregon State anytime, I mean, that's a rivalry team. That's a team that we're obviously very recognizable from what we've seen in the past. Great tradition. Heck, they were, Elite Eight last year. Clearly a different team, but you know, we're bonded in some ways, and it's just important that we bounced back and had a great win against them. And again, great scout, very detailed. Our kids were locked in, guarded them great. Offensively, you know, we're still not perfect, but just did enough to win, and really a great bounce back game.
Yeah, we will take questions for the coach and for Alex if you want to write them down. The servers have got some sheets. We got a couple up here if you want to grab one. Speaking on that, we did have one of our first questions, and it's a great win on Saturday. You beat a quality program. Did the players simply feel joy, or does it more of a sense of mission accomplished after goal setting, or was it maybe a combination of both? What do you think the players were feeling after that one?
I just think this is a brand new team. When you have 7 new players, basically half your team, over half your team, not understanding how to kind of celebrate wins and not understanding the win over an Oregon State and the tradition that they've had, it's a little mixed, and especially over the disappointment after losing the one before that. So, you know, we've just got to continue to teach our players that winning is hard. It doesn't matter who you're playing. It's hard, and you need to celebrate that. You need to be great, and you need to love the joy of winning and the success of winning, and then you got to just grind out again and understand what's going to come the next day. So some satisfaction, absolutely. Some it makes you feel better about the next day at practice. It makes you feel better about yourself. These guys work 365 days a year, and so they want to win, and it's devastating when they don't. So it's a great thing to win, and again, we just have to keep understanding, celebrate it, and then move on, and then earn it the next day.
Again, Kamie Ethridge joining me, Cougar Basketball Hour, as we come to you live from Zuppo's. Again, the Cougars had to play and a few had a bye. Again, we've got 11 teams in the conference, so some teams get byes on certain nights. Other teams don't get byes on certain nights. But certainly a lot of the conference, us included, had to go 4 games in a 7-day period. And part of that is, again, because we're fitting in 20 conference games, right? And so there's not a whole lot of room to try and put them. And so when you go 4 games in 7 days, how tough was that for you as a coaching staff to prepare and to scout and then to go out and actually play 4 games in a week?
I think that was really hard for us to do right after Christmas.
Yeah.
And today was the first day that we could, take a breath, and they'll talk about it. It wasn't a breath they like to take, but it was take a breath and just crush us and be good at what we have to do and get better at what we have to do. And when you're in a grind of that many games in that many days, you don't have time for that. You just start game planning. You're trying to get your team rested. You're not trying to overwork them, and you hope that they're going to be great on game day. Today was we don't care what they are on game day. We're just going to crush them today, and we're going to get better. And today was a good day for us. You got to have those breaks during the season that you just don't have to worry about the next team, and you just get better in your own capacity. And I think today was a good day for that. And we have to mix and mash that. Coaches have to do a good job of, yes, scout, yes, get ready, but at the same time, we're constantly trying to get improvement on ourselves. And, we continue to say to our team, we have a high ceiling, we can get better. Other teams are bottoming out, they can't get better. Gosh, we have so much capacity to get better. So we just got to keep working on that and demanding that from our team every single day in practice.
Speaking about that and with the schedule and working on us compared to working on maybe an opponent, is that something that you can try and schedule out as the calendar comes out and the schedule comes out? Or is it more of a feel for you of, hey, this is a day we need to work on us? Or is it something that you have on the calendar? This is going to be a day because we know we've got this amount of days between this and the next game. This is a day we can do that.
Yeah, it's just again during the break we didn't have practice guys, so it was us on us a lot. So you're just asking your players to learn the other team's offenses, and then you're trying to defend that. And now we have practice guys, and we can have them learn that, and we don't have to mess with that. And we can work on us, and we can work on the other team at the same time. And so we did a lot of that today. But the things that we're not good at, it doesn't matter. We can have the guys do anything, and we can get better. So it's a real cat and mouse thing. But the beauty of what we have is that practice guys are an amazing thing for us, and we can get them to do the other opponent, and we can really concentrate on us on both sides of the ball. And that's what our team did today, and we're going to do that forward. And just so many awesome things. I wish I need to bring our practice guys up here one night and just have them here, just so you guys know how much they give and do for our program. On
a side note, for the people that maybe aren't familiar with that, talk about practice guys and what that means to your women's basketball program and exactly what they are, who they are, and what they do for you throughout the course of a season.
It's like all good men out there in college that want to help the women's basketball team. We have a group of guys that volunteer. They have to go through testing. They have to get a physical. They have to do a million things. They have to get sickle cell. They have to do a lot of things to get approved to become basically eligible for our team. And when they do that, they can become part of our team. And I'm telling you, these guys are the most amazing guys. They support us. They're at practice. They're at games. They're invested. They're in every huddle. They feel a part of it, and we want them to be a part of it because, again, they give their time and effort. They sprain ankles because we come under them. We do some stupid things. We foul them. They foul us. It's pretty brutal. But just giving guys that understand that they're not coming out there to try to kill us or block every shot. They just want to make us better. Right. Just the heart of gold that we have from our practice guys is amazing. And again, volunteer only, and sacrifice amazingly, and just can't say enough about them.
With us tonight, Kamie Ethridge. Again, it's your Cougar Basketball Hour, and it's right here from Zeppo's. Again, Monday nights from 6 until 7. Cougar Nation, each time you bring your Toyota vehicle to be serviced at a local and participating Toyota dealership, you can receive a premium Washington State giveaway item as a member of the Toyota Rewards program. To join the program, visit WSUCougars.com/Toyota Rewards. All right, let's go ahead, take our first break of the night. We'll come back, talk a little bit about the West Coast Conference, about what's coming up. The Cougars tied for second in the West Coast Conference. We'll have more with Kamie right after this. It's your Cougar Basketball Hour from Learfield.
Spokane International Airport is a proud sponsor of Washington State University Athletics. The airport connects Cougar fans and alums with over 50 daily departures to 18 nonstop destinations provided by 6 major airlines, as well as one-stop connections to most major metropolitan centers throughout the U.S. Real-time arrival and flight departure information is available at SpokaneAirports.net. Spokane International Airport, when it's time to fly.
The tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On Pac-12 Radio, there is complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of SiriusXM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/Pac-12 Sports.
Hi, I'm Caden Wickersham, a pitcher on your Washington State University Cougar baseball team. I want to tell you about Krista Gross, a big supporter of mine. She's someone who's always there, helping me without being asked. Krista makes sure I have what I need to succeed, and she'll do the same thing for you. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, trust someone with a big heart and a winning track record. Find her online at KristaGross.com. That's Krista with a K, KristaGross.com.
I'm Krista Gross, your lifelong realtor. Find me online at KristaGross.com. That's Krista with a K, KristaGross.com.
Looking sharp has never been this much fun. Pullman's #1 barbershop, the Pullman Man Shop, is more than just haircuts. It's an experience. Our seasoned barbers deliver precision haircuts, buzz cuts, and real straight razor hot towel shaves that'll leave you looking and feeling your absolute best. And while you're here, enjoy free shuffleboard, free pool, and free arcade games. WSU students and faculty receive 20% off any service every Thursday. Step into the Pullman Man Shop at 1025 East Main, where style meets good times. Walk-ins only. themanshops.com.
Well, we welcome you back here again. It is your Cougar Basketball Hour with the head coach of Cougar Basketball, Kamie Ethridge, as again with you live from Zeppo's. Happy to be here. U.S. Bank, a proud supporter of Cougar Athletics. We're in it with you for the good stuff and all the good work it takes to get there, because together there is nothing as powerful as the power of us. U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. All right, Coach, we did get a couple more questions. Now, I don't remember this one. We just wrapped up a 4-game in a week stretch, and we did get a question here that says at Santa Clara, can you explain the flagrant foul called against Shasha? We were in the dark. Now, obviously, Shasha picked up her fair fouls. Now, we were at Pacific at one point in time, and I think they went over and looked at maybe the video one time, but I don't think it was ever called for a what do they do when they go to the video? What defines a flagrant foul? And do you remember any of that?
Did she get that?
Did she get that?
I don't remember her getting that.
I think it ended up being just a common foul.
I think pretty much anytime Shasha gets a foul, you can assume it's a flagrant. She's pretty violent.
Yeah.
But I'm just kidding on that. But she has to control herself, and she has to, if she wants to play, she's got to stay in the game without fouling. And referees, we could go all day. We could have every question about referees. We just have to deal with them or not deal with them. We need to be better than the referees. We just need to be better. We need to overlook them. We need to dominate the paint. We need to dominate any other part of the game, and we don't need to worry about it. But again, Shasha is a physical player, but you know what? As a defensive team, we need to be more physical. And today was a part about being more physical and guarding people better than we have been guarding. We've got to get better in that aspect. People have been isolating us in one-on-one situations. No one can guard anyone one-on-one. We have to show some help. And so we got to get better at that aspect and not get so many fouls and not get our players in foul trouble and put the other team at the foul line. So that's something on us as coaches, and we're working on that on a daily basis.
Next question, and this was clarified, in stretches, why do we struggle offensively? Not necessarily from 40 minutes, but in stretches, why do we struggle offensively?
I'd like you to ask Alex that, and anyone else, whoever comes up here and sits in this chair. So, it's just, again, sometimes we start the game great, and we have our rhythm with our starters, and then we go to the bench, and we lose a little bit of rhythm. 7 new players.
Yeah.
And we're trying to get those young players to gain some confidence, and that means putting them in some situations that, quite honestly, they're not ready for, or they're not quite prepared for, or whatever that looks like. Like, this is a long-term process. This is a project. Think about it. Did y'all ever go to college? Did you have a project that lasted the whole semester? Like, we have to have a semester-long project to get young players ready for March.
Right.
And yes, and me in particular, yes, Kamie, they can't be perfect right now. I mean, that's yes, fans, they can't be perfect right now. But we gotta get them to understand. We gotta put them in those situations. We have to do that every single day in practice, and we have to get them ready for what's going to come. And right now, they're not quite ready. It's a little too fast. They try to do too much. We have a few turnovers. We miss shots. There's a lot of reasons why we don't score a lot of points in those situations. But it is a process of learning of what we need to do. And I promise you, every single day we're working on it. We're trying to get people in those positions on the floor where they're going to be effective. They're going to be tough, and they're going to find a way. Even when their shots aren't going in, we're going to find a way to score. So that's our message the next 2 or 3 weeks because, again, whether we have a bad second quarter, we can't have a bad third quarter. Right. And quite frankly, we don't want to have any bad quarters where we have 7 or 11 points. So we're working on that tirelessly.
And all that being said, 4-1 in the conference, and if you look at these last 4 games, and we can even go back to all 5 games in the conference, against San Diego, you gave up 42 points to the Toreros, 46 against Pepperdine, 66 against Pacific. It was a loss, but only 68 against Santa Clara, 52 against Oregon State. Is the defense maybe a little bit better than you thought it was going to be at this stage with as many new players as you were talking about? Because, I mean, defensively, we've been pretty solid so far in conference action.
I would say we're better, and we're not good enough because we're better athletically and longer, and I think we can be even better defensively and better rebounding. But no question, offensively, that's hard. That's hard to teach young players to be patient, to not feel rushed, to understand the decision making of the game. Yeah. So that's where we are, and young players are going to take a little bit of time, and older players are going to make some bad decisions. 70, 75, we still got to get to those points. Like, we got to get 70, 75 points every single game we play.
Again, Washington State, winners of 3 of their last 4-1 in West Coast Conference action. Tied for second place in the conference with, oh, by the way, St. Mary's, the team that we're going to be playing on Thursday. So we'll talk a little bit about that matchup, a little bit about Gonzaga, a little bit later on. We're going to bring up Alex in just a little bit. Want to hang on for one more segment, then we'll bring up Alex for a couple? Does that sound good to you?
Yeah.
All right.
Get her up here as soon as possible, right?
All right. Let's take a break, and then we'll come back, and we'll have one more quick one with the coach. It's your Cougar Basketball Hour with Kamie Ethridge, live from Zeppo's. Happy to have you with us from Learfield.
So we've always wanted a Cadillac Escalade.
But they're out of our price range.
So I started a podcast for my side hustle. All the kids are doing it.
Honey, you've got 7 likes.
All right. Hey, I'm still learning how to algorithm.
And that's not a verb.
Oh.
There's an easier way to score an Escalade. It's Northern Quest's $165,000 Cadillac Countdown. Play daily to enter. Grand prize drawing January 25th. Details at northernquest.com.
Hey, Coug fans! Can't decide what to do with your late night weekends? Why not Cosmic Bowling? Every Friday and Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. is Cosmic Bowling at Zeppo's. At a price designed with everyone in mind, we are your destination for music, disco lights, and of course bowling. Can't join us on the weekends? Zeppo's is the place to be for all ages every day of the week. With bowling, food, and drink specials, we offer prices that won't break the budget. You can even reserve your lane in advance with online reservations at Zeppos.com. When looking for fun in Pullman, look no further than Zeppos.
This is my barbershop. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Welcome to the Pullman Man Shop, Pullman's #1 barbershop, where our seasoned barbers give you precision haircuts, buzz cuts, and straight razor shaves so sharp when we're done, your face will look like the day you were born. While we're working on that dome of yours, enjoy free shuffleboard, free pool, free arcade games, and ATVs. That's right, Maggot. You can play while we turn that head of hair into something presentable. We'll fix it. Can't and won't are not words we'll use. The Pullman Man Shop, 1025 East Main. Visit themanshops.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle Thornton, linebacker and captain of your Washington State University Cougar football team. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, I recommend my friend and supporter, Krista Gross. She is a 3-time Realtor of the Year and a big fan of Cougar athletics. The only thing she enjoys more than supporting the Cougs is providing excellent service. Check her Google reviews to see how much her clients love her. You can find her online at KristaGross.com. That's Krista with a K. KristaGross.com. Go Cougs!
Well, back here at Zeppos, happy to have you with us. It is your Cougar Basketball Hour with the head coach of Cougar Women's Basketball, Kamie Ethridge. Again, the Cougars coming off of a 66-52 victory over Oregon State University, and with that have won 3 of their last 4 over the last week and 4 of their first 5 in West Coast Conference action. As you kind of take a look across the conference, it's been kind of interesting out there just to see how the scores come along. It's so early. I mean, we're at the quarter point of the West Coast Conference season. But have you learned anything about the West Coast Conference this early in, 5 games into our 2-year experiment here?
I could care less.
You care about us.
Is what my view of it is, and this is about us. And we will do a great job scouting, and we will be dialed in. And I'm not sure exactly all the time. We've got to do a great job staff-wise of dialing in and making sure we guard them, but we got to be better defenders, and we got to make their life miserable, and we can do that, and we're capable of that, and we have to be better on the offensive end, and I think we're going to grow, and I feel like our team, I keep saying it, our team has a ceiling. Like, we can get better, we can get better, we can get better. And I think a lot of teams in this league, they can't get better. Mm-hmm. There's just, they got a bunch of seniors. They are what they are. And it is, we can beat anybody in this league. But anybody could beat us. And when we aren't our best, we're going to be in every game. And when we are our best, we're going to dominate this league. So it's a lot about us internally. Who are we? How are we going to show up? And the big point is guard them like crazy, and then we can offset some mistakes that we make on the offensive end. But at the same time, I think our offensive end should get better and better and better. So I have a lot of confidence in this team. I continue to. I'm not happy about the loss with Santa Clara, but if we can fix that and if we can make ourselves better, then that makes us better in the future, and I'm okay with that. So it's about us looking at ourselves, self-awareness and getting ourselves better and coming out unbelievably well on the road against St. Mary's. And then let's face the big Gonzaga team, and let's see how it goes. Happy about that.
Absolutely. For the Cougars, again, in the victory over Oregon State, Tara Wallach, a double-double. Actually had back-to-back double-doubles in your last 2 games. 13 points and a career-high 14 rebounds. What do you think of Tara's performance?
Yeah, Tara's been great. I mean, Riley sends me messages every week about all the stats. She's climbing the stats and history of our program and doing different things that no one else has done. Proud of her, again, her leadership as a senior, the lone senior, trying to lead this team. Amazing. I think she was more disappointed than anyone on our team about her play and performance against Santa Clara. And I love that about a senior who has self-reflection on herself and just says, I can't believe I took those shots. I did this, I did that. Like, she's okay with owning that and coming back. And I thought she had such just determination of not taking a bad shot in this last game, and she didn't. And with that, she gets a double-double. I mean, that's just, when you play the game the right way, the gods of basketball kind of reward you, and that's what we're trying to teach these young players. And I just love that her response after that game, where Santa Clara game, where she wasn't her best. I think that was a great indication of who she is as the leader, and obviously it's great to reward her with this kind of performance against Oregon State.
And then how about the player that we're going to be talking to here in just a few minutes, Alex Covill, and what she's done the last few games for you, including not only the 12 points that she had against against Oregon State in the win over Oregon State, but obviously had the career high against Santa Clara, got to double digits against Pacific, has really come along on the offensive end the last few games for you.
Yeah, just love her growth. I mean, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, or I don't know when it was. We just made an emphasis on the post players have the first 8 to 10 seconds of offense. Mm-hmm. Like work. We'll get it to you. We'll figure out how to get it to you. And she has taken that and said, I'm going to work and I'm going to get deep position and I'm going to get a position where I can score a basket. And she has taken that and has been amazing. Her lack of dribbling and yet creating easy shots for herself. Again, I don't know when it happens, but sometimes in every basketball career, light bulbs go on, and you figure out what's successful and what's not. And early in your career, you think you have to do this, this, and this, and this, and you have to do this, and you have to dribble, and you have to do this. And then at some point, you just realize you don't have to do any of that stuff. And I think light bulbs are coming on for her competitiveness. And now the hardest part for her, we've talked about it, is her nature isn't meanness. Mm-hmm. She doesn't want to rip your throat out. And we want her to rip people's throat out. We want her to be mean and mad, and we call it grr. Like grr, when she does something good, everybody should just go grr, because that means she's just like, I'm being a beast. And, her that's a big step for her to just be like that meanness and what it's necessary to it's savage. It's not easy what she's doing and who she's going against and the bodies and the girth. And again, it's going to be game to game. She's going to be facing a lot of different bodies, and she's going to have to find a way to be successful, and just really proud of her and how she's done that.
We're going to talk to the sophomore. She's going to be coming up next. We'll let Kamie go and get a little bit of rest, a little grr maybe from Alex Covill when she comes up in just a couple of minutes. Happy to have you with us tonight. Again, Cougar Basketball Hour back on Monday nights here at Zeppo's with head coach of the Cougs, Kamie Ethridge, and we're back after this from Learfield.
Okay, you say, I want some breakfast. Your so-called boyfriend says, we got eggs in the fridge. Obviously, when you say breakfast, you mean McDonald's. Definitely a side-eye situation.
And now, it's a BOGO situation with buy one, get one for $1 on Sausage McMuffin, burritos, hash browns, and more. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Hi, I'm Caden Wickersham, a pitcher on your Washington State University Cougar baseball team. I want to tell you about Krista Gross, a big supporter of mine. She's someone who's always there, helping me without being asked. Krista makes sure I have what I need to succeed, and she'll do the same thing for you. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, trust someone with a big heart and a winning track record. Find her online at KristaGross.com. That's Krista with a K, KristaGross.com.
I'm Krista Gross, your lifelong realtor. Find me online at KristaGross.com. That's Krista with a K, KristaGross.com.
Go Cougs.
Looking sharp as has never been this much fun. Pullman's #1 barbershop, the Pullman Man Shop, is more than just haircuts. It's an experience. Our seasoned barbers deliver precision haircuts, buzz cuts, and real straight razor-hot towel shaves that'll leave you looking and feeling your absolute best. And while you're here, enjoy free shuffleboard, free pool, and free arcade games. WSU students and faculty receive 20% off any service every Thursday. Step into the Pullman Man Shop at 1025 East Main, where style meets good times. Walk-ins only. themanshops.com.
Well, Steve Grubbs, welcome back. Happy to have you with us. The Cougar Basketball Hour with the head coach of Washington State University basketball. We're going to Kamie a little bit of time off as Alex Covill is joining us. Make sure you don't slip off the stage. I would take Kamie to get there we go. So, again, we got the post player for Washington State joining us out of Missoula, Montana, and a chance to visit with her. And, Alex, first of all, how's it going? Happy New Year. And how's school going? And how's the season going for you so far?
It's going good. Yeah, school's going good. Just started up today, and then season's obviously going really good as well. So.
What do you think about Kamie and the fact that she talked to you about having that grr factor? Is that something you've been working on? Is that something that maybe doesn't come natural to you? And is it something that you are trying to get as part of your game?
Yeah, it's something that I've definitely worked on during the season. My coaches are always telling me to be more aggressive and be more, I guess, grr. But yeah, I'm working on it, and I feel like I'm slowly getting there.
Okay. How was practice today? Kamie was kind of alluding to how practice was today. How was it as one of the players out there?
It was good. It was a challenge for sure, but I'm glad that she pushed us because it'll just continue to make us better. Yeah.
How important was this win over Oregon State? And obviously you were part of the team last year. No, Oregon State was part of our old conference. Now they're the one team that we kind of know and have that rivalry with, and to get that win, especially after a tough loss to Santa Clara on Thursday, how fulfilling was it to pick up that victory over Oregon State on Saturday?
It was very fulfilling. We really wanted to bounce back after our loss, and I think that we did a really good job at competing and putting together all 4 quarters and just getting out there and getting a good gritty win. Yep.
This question was asked earlier. I'm going to ask you, was it joy? Was it mission accomplished? Was it maybe a little bit of a combination of both after that game for you guys?
I think for the players it was joy, but maybe for the coach it was mission accomplished.
Okay.
Because we want to continue building and we don't want to backtrack. So yeah.
I've got a couple other quick ones here for you. Again, 3 straight games that you've gotten to double digits, and I think really moving up and down the court really well in transition. Is that something that you found that can be an opportunity to score if you get up the court quick and establish position inside?
Yeah, for sure. My coaches have told me recently, the first 3 steps, I should take just full out sprint, and so I've been really trying to focus on that and just get quick, easy buckets. Yeah.
And how about the teammates getting the ball to you
yeah.
get those?
Yeah.
How important has the transition game been for you guys this last week for you?
It's been really important. My teammates have been so great at pushing the ball and putting me in the right opportunities to score, and they're doing amazing. And a lot of it is on them that they help me get in the right positions, and so I couldn't be more thankful for a great team that is always looking to pass me the ball.
7 newcomers on this team. What's it been like here in your second season at Washington State, having all these newcomers coming in, and having such a young team this year?
Yeah, it's been really fun. Obviously we're young, but everyone is doing so great, and we're building every single day, and all the newcomers and all the freshmen, and they're doing all so amazing, and I'm so proud of them. Yeah.
Is there a newcomer or a freshman that's come on that's been just kind of somebody that's just been, wow, I really like this teammate, and it's somebody that's just not that you don't like your other teammates, but you know what I mean? I mean, just somebody that you kind of sit back and go, hey, she's pretty cool.
Marta. She really pushes I think when you're on the court with Marta, you really push yourself to become better, and she pushes everyone else to be better, and so I love playing with her. Yeah.
Talked about Kamie, about the defense you guys have been playing. How about Marta and the way she goes out and plays defense? I mean, she's like a bulldog out there, isn't she?
Marta's great. I mean, she locks down people, so she's doing amazing. I'm so proud of her.
Speaking of what, you guys and you personally, and by the way, again, folks, she is just a sophomore, second year in the program. approaching the top 10 list all time in Cougar history for block shots. So again, as a sophomore approaching the top 10 list, you as a team are amongst the nation's leaders in block shots this season. How fulfilling is it when you guys are able to slam the door shut, especially with the block shot, and to also get possession of that block shot?
It's the best feeling ever. We have a lot of length on our team, so yeah, we do. I think we do a really great job at that.
Block party? Is that what you guys like to have?
Yeah, block party, yep.
Okay. When you are on the court, what is most fulfilling to you? Is it a block shot? Is it a mid-range jumper? Is it a scoring in the paint over a tough defender? I know that they're all probably a little bit, but is there one that you enjoy better than the other?
Block shot. It's so fulfilling.
Absolutely. Again, the Cougars, what was the stretch like? 4 games in just a week. Obviously, I'm sure you played some club basketball, but this is different. This is, again, you got to prepare and you got to get ready for a Division I basketball team, and then you got to travel to California, then you got to come back, and then you got to deal with school. What was it like to go through 4 games in a week? Now, again, you had the holidays, but also you were trying to get home and do other things with your friends and family, and then get back to work. What was it like to have that all kind of combined during your Christmas break?
It was very chaotic, but it was nice because, we were constantly playing and we're constantly getting better. So, yeah.
Again, Alex Covill, mind if you hang out for one more segment with us? We'll hang on with Alex one more. Give her a hand. Again, happy to have you with us. We are here from Zeppo's, and it is your Cougar Basketball Hour from Learfield.
You may be eager to break ground on a new outdoor project, but never just start digging. Buried electric and natural gas lines can be anywhere. It's the law to call 811 at least 2 business days before you dig. Spray paint white lines showing your dig zone, and a crew will mark the utility lines. Mark accuracy zone is within 2 feet of the mark, so always hand dig to expose the line first. Call 811 before you dig. The service is free for residential customers. Avista, we just want you to be safe.
Bro, you go hard for the WSU Cougs.
What do you mean?
You're literally wearing a Coug jersey that you bought from the Coug store with your Coug debit card. And you don't stop talking about how every time you use your card, Gisa donates to the Cougar Athletic Fund.
I guess I do go pretty hard for my Cougs.
If you go hard for your Cougs, get your WSU card today at Gisa.com. Go Cougs!
This is my barbershop. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Welcome to the Pullman Man Shop, Pullman's #1 barbershop, where our seasoned barbers give you precision haircuts, buzz cuts, and straight razor shaves so sharp when we're done, your face will look like the day you were born. While we're working on that dome of yours, enjoy free shuffleboard, free pool, free arcade games, and ATVs. That's right, maggot. You can play while we turn that head of hair into something presentable. We'll fix it. Can't and won't are not words we'll use. The Pullman Man Shop, 1025 East Main. Visit themanshops.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle Thornton, linebacker and captain of your Washington State University Cougar football team. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, I recommend my friend and supporter, Krista Gross. She's a 3-time Realtor of the Year and a big fan of Cougar athletics. The only thing she enjoys more than supporting the Cougs is providing excellent service. Check her Google reviews to see how much her clients love her. You can find her online at KristaGross.com. That's Krista with a K. KristaGross.com. Go Cougs!
We welcome you back again. It's our Cougar Basketball Hour with head coach Kamie Ethridge, and also pleased to be joined by Alex Covill, a sophomore from Missoula, Montana, one of the big parts of this Cougar team here in the 24-25 season, as we'll spend another segment with Alex and then get the coach back up here to wrap up the show. Again, a happy 2025 to you all, and a reminder, we're back here doing this on a regular basis now. We had so much fun last year. We're back and doing it again Monday nights. Make sure you make your plans to join us here live at Zeppo's from 6 until 7. News talk for the Palouse, AM 1150. They also have, of course, the coverage if you can't make it, but we'd love to see you ask some questions, and we do have a couple of questions for you. You ready?
Yep.
All right. Question number 1, how did you get into basketball? And maybe at what age did you get into basketball?
Well, I remember playing basketball ever since I was, tiny, little, preschool. But I got into basketball because both my parents played in college basketball. They played out Montana, and so, it's kind of just in the blood. I'm also both my parents are really tall too, so it kind of just works out.
Were you ever coached by your parents, or were they part of bringing you up and coaching you as well?
Yeah, I remember like in my elementary school like days, like my mom would coach my team, and then my dad for AAU also coached me. So
what's it like to have, I know Kamie's a pretty tough coach and a very good coach. What's it like to have a parent coach you?
No, it was fun, honestly. Like they were great. They really helped me improve my game, and I'm grateful for them. Yeah.
Another question, do you have any siblings?
I do have a sibling, an older sister, Austin.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is there any competitiveness with you and Austin?
No, because she played basketball, but she wasn't as good as me. So,
so you dominated is what you're trying to tell me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I love that. Were there any other sports that you played other than basketball, or was it kind of basketball and that was your love and that's what you knew was going to be it for you?
I played volleyball. Also, like, it helps because I'm tall. And then, like, when I was little, I played dance. Or I didn't play dance, but I did dance. So, for like 5 years. Yeah.
Here's one. What's your favorite thing to do outside of basketball?
I like to hang out with friends and go shopping and watch TV and draw and, yeah, do all that.
On road trips, now obviously you don't have a ton of free time, but if you get just a little bit of free time on a road trip, what's your go-to when you get some downtime on the road, and either at the hotel and school's taken care of and the scouts taken care of, and you get a little me time? What does Alex Covill do during me time?
Take a nap.
Yeah. Okay. Does the roommate, whoever it is, let you take the nap?
We're both taking naps.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. Big win over Oregon State. Big week coming up at St. Mary's, going down to Moraga, and then back here to take on Gonzaga. How much are you looking forward to these next couple games, because there are a couple of really big games on our schedule?
I'm really looking forward to them. It's going to be great competition, and I think our team is really up for the challenge. So, yeah.
All right. Anything else? I think I got one last thing for you, and it's this. Try one more time with the Cougar.
Grrr.
Okay. All right. We'll take a break. When we come back, Coach Ethridge back with us. It's our Cougar Basketball Hour with Kamie Ethridge and Alex Covill tonight. Thank you so much, Alex, for joining us.
Thank you.
And we're here live from Zuppos from Learfield.
Nothing works up an appetite like cheering for your Cougs on game day. So why not cheer them on at Northern Quest with an impressive roster of restaurants and lounges? You can tackle the menu at Epic and catch every play on the 10 by 30 foot screen. Or grab a steak at Maslow's, a fine cigar at Legends of Fire, even a burger from Fat Burger. You know, for your inner linebacker. See more at northernquest.com. Go Cougs!
If you've got the right tools and the friendly people at U.S. Bank in your corner, making smarter money choices is a piece of cake. If only our tools and helpful advisors could have helped you avoid some of those not-so-smart choices in life. Like that time you tried to pick up unicycling.
Whoa, coming through!
Or when you thought it'd be okay to pet that squirrel in the park.
Good squirrel, good squirrel.
While we can't help you with all that, we can help you bank smartly at usbank.com/smartertogether. Member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Caden Wickersham, a pitcher on your Washington State University Cougar baseball team. I want to tell you about Krista Gross, a big supporter of mine. She's someone who's always there, helping me without being asked. Krista makes sure I have what I need to succeed, and she'll do the same thing for you. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, trust someone with a big heart and a winning track record. Find her online at KristaGross.com. That's Krista with a K, KristaGross.com.
I'm Krista Gross, your lifelong realtor. Find me online at KristaGross.com. That's Krista with a K, KristaGross.com.
Looking
Go
sharp
Cougs.
has never been this much fun. Pullman's #1 barbershop, the Pullman Man Shop, is more than just haircuts. It's an experience. Our seasoned barbers deliver precision haircuts, buzz cuts, and real straight razor hot towel shaves that'll leave you looking and feeling your absolute best. And while you're here, enjoy free shuffleboard, free pool, and free arcade games. WSU students and faculty receive 20% off any service every Thursday. Step into the Pullman Man Shop at 1025 East Main, where style meets good times. Walk-ins only. themanshops.com.
Well, we are back. Zeppos here in Pullman, Washington. It is your Cougar Basketball Hour with the head coach of Washington State University Basketball, Kamie Ethridge. Again with you 6 until 7 Monday nights as we are with you throughout the course of the basketball season and now into the West Coast Conference season. Got a couple more audience questions if you don't mind, Coach. Did I give you enough time to finish? Start on your food at least,
a little bit of nacho going in my teeth.
Who has the strongest leadership role on the court for you?
Tara for sure, and give her so much credit as a lone senior that, again, you got a little bit of mouthy young players that have proven nothing, and she's trying to corral them. Again, we're constantly working at culture, and she knows everything about our culture, and she's trying to not just be it and make sure we're all about it. But it's difficult, and imagine that. Like, you had a senior class from last year that could just command respect, and then she's there by herself. So, again, just can't say enough about Tara Wallach and what she's been off the court and certainly on the court.
What have you seen from her that's been most impressive from the moment that she's been recruited by you to where she's at now?
I just think her development. I mean, again, she's a picture of what we want to prove that we can do for a player. Like, she came in one-dimensional. She was a driver. She could only drive right. I can remember, I don't know if Lori knows this, her freshman year or sophomore year where no one guarded her, and she freaked out. Freshman or sophomore?
Both. She said.
And she just completely lost her mind because they weren't guarding her from 17 feet. And she didn't have the confidence to shoot that. And then grew her game, worked on her game year-round about all of that and developed that part of it. And then back to the basket moves. And just the whole time maturing and growing as a leader and all about our culture and you know, just everything about her. She can score with her back to the basket. She can score in pivots. She can score from the three. She can score on pull-ups. She knows her offense. She can get us into stuff. And she's what we want our program to be about. And that standard is her standard. So we just love her, and she needs to continue to be the biggest voice in the gym.
Speaking of her development, you mentioned...
Besides mine.
What's that?
Besides mine.
Oh, well, sure. Speaking of Tara, again, 3 threes on Saturday. Now has 100 in her career. So going from a player that freaked out a little bit when she was wide open to somebody that's now knocked down 100 3-pointers in her career.
Well, and took 3 or 4 bad shots in the Santa Clara game.
No.
And then had enough self-reflection on herself. We didn't have to tell her. She came back the next day and said, I can't believe the shots I took. Like, self-awareness. Self-awareness is just a huge character trait, quality that players have to have, because if you want to be coached and you want to understand how to get better, you have to be aware of who you are, what you did, what you're capable of, and your impact on the game. And so she understood that she took bad shots. She took great shots in that game. In fact, turned down some shots to try to not take bad shots. And that just says everything about her. I mean, just again, I don't know that we'll ever see her take another bad shot because she's so mad at herself for that last game. So, again, trying too hard, and sometimes trying too hard gets you into trouble. We have to just manage that and make sure that we're reading the game the right way.
How much time do you spend on analyzing the last game and then moving on to the next is another one of the questions.
Yeah, it's not the easiest thing for our players to live with. To live with. We rate our shots, and zeros are turnovers. So if we basically shoot a shot that is a turnover shot, that's a 0, or you have a turnover. Threes are terrible shots, and maybe sometimes you have to take threes at the 3-2-1, just chunk it up. Those are different than other threes. 5s, 7s, 9s. 9s are layups. 9s are just bunnies. And so we want 9s and 7s. The really good teams make a lot of 5s. The really good teams make a lot of 5s, but they're hard to make. But we had a lot of threes against Santa Clara. We had a lot of threes. We took shots that weren't layups, that weren't threes, that were forced, that had shot clock on them. And, again, we have rules around that. Like, is that a layup or is that a three? Like, and they know it. So Tara took 3 or 4 threes and just trying to do too much. Candace took 2 or 3 threes, and that's unusual for us. So we have to manage that. That's not like a perfect rule thing, but it gives you some direction. And again, offense is funny. Like, just create a good shot for somebody. Yeah. If you can't create a good shot for yourself, then create it for someone else. And offensive rebounds are a great opportunity to create a wide open three for someone else or a bad shot for you. And we took a lot of bad shots for us. So, again, just learning and showing that. That's what film does for you. It's not all about, again, we could be talking about one particular player, but we make a point to say, you're going to be in this situation. You're not the only one in this situation. We may be talking about so-and-so, but it's going to be you the next time. So, everybody has to learn in film session to understand that, I'm going to be in this spot at some point in this, and I want to make the right decision.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of had the same thing when I was growing up. It only was D's and F's compared to zeros and threes. And do you get D's and F's or do you get A's when it comes to shots? We did kind of letter grades with that. So, and our GPA was not as good as it should have been at times, is what our coach always told us.
We're great at that.
I know in the classroom you guys are.
We're great at A's and B's and C's. We're not so good at threes and fives and sevens sometimes.
Talk to Alex about this. Talked about moving on to the next game. You do have a game coming up Thursday night. Again, a little bit wonky. Travel-wise helped out because you are able to charter back on Thursday night to get ready for Gonzaga on Saturday, but you go to California, then right back here to take on Gonzaga on Saturday. But what about these two games? Right now, again, tied with St. Mary's in the West Coast Conference standings. Gonzaga's got a couple losses, but we know what Gonzaga can be. How important are these two games? I mean, they're all important, right? Because there's only 20 of them.
Yeah, I mean, again, it doesn't matter who we're playing. We can beat anybody. St. Mary's is going to be a team that tries to ISO us one-on-one. We have to be better in that situation. We didn't handle Santa Clara very good. It's a growth area. We have big, strong bodies that should be able to guard, but we can't. We got to really get better on the defensive end of the floor. And it's a constant battle offensively. So excited about the opportunity to be better, to play our depth, to continue to get better. We have a lot of players that can help us win at a high level. Got to just compete and really want to win these games. Again, I said it after the game. It's so big to have that. Again, just we don't charter very much. First time in 3 years that we've chartered, that we've taken the 35. I think it take 35,000. Like it was like the range is 30 to 60. And we were like, we want the 30,000 charter. And I hope it makes it here, right? I hope we don't have to stop somewhere and get a fill up or something like that. But we're really good at handling the money that we get and the people that support us. But it's huge that we can take a charter after that game and get back and get them in bed and get them up the next day and have a practice noon game when we come back and play Gonzaga. It's so big for us to be able to do that. A lot of teams in our league, I mean, when I was talking to the coaches, a lot of them charter. And this is the one time we charter. Right. Like San Diego was telling us they charter a lot of different places. Oregon State charters everywhere. Obviously, the Pac-12 chartered everywhere. We've never chartered in the last 3 years. So we're asking our players to do some extraordinary things to overcome some of the things, but I'm not afraid of that. I like the grit that it takes, and I don't think it should reflect in our performance on the court. And so, but I'm grateful for the fact that we can charter this one and come back and hopefully create a great performance on Saturday when we play Gonzaga.
St. Mary's in Moraga, 6:30 on Thursday night, then Gonzaga Saturday at noon. We'll squeeze in one more timeout and then come back for just a couple minutes to wrap up the show with the head coach of Cougar basketball, Kamie Ethridge. It is your Kamie Ethridge Cougar basketball hour from Learfield.
With the WSU debit card from Gisa, it's hard to tell who's supporting who. When Coug fans use their WSU card, they show off their Coug pride, and donations are made back to Cougar Athletics. But the card's
last break.
All right.
Their money with
and
Smart
then
Plus
how
checking.
long's the close,
does
Johnny?
the card support the Coug fan, or does the Coug fan support the...
Call it 27 and a half.
All right, super. Thank you.
Same time. Get your WSU card at Gisa.com. Checking account transaction requirements, terms and conditions apply. Insured by NCUA.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
This is my barbershop. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Welcome to the Pullman Man Shop, Pullman's #1 barbershop, where our seasoned barbers give you precision haircuts, buzz cuts, and straight razor shaves so sharp when we're done, your face will look like the day you were born. While we're working on that dome of yours, enjoy free shuffleboard, free pool, free arcade games, and ATVs. That's right, maggot. You can play while we turn that head of hair into something presentable. We'll fix it. Can't and won't are not words we'll use. The Pullman Man Shop, 1025 East Main. Visit themanshops.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle Thornton, linebacker and captain of your Washington State University Cougar football team. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, I recommend my friend and supporter, Krista Gross. She's a 3-time Realtor of the Year and a big fan of Cougar athletics. The only thing she enjoys more than supporting the Cougs is providing excellent service. Check her Google reviews to see how much her clients love her. You can find her online at KristaGross.com. That's Krista with a K. KristaGross.com. Go Cougs!
Well, back for the final few minutes of the show. Again, it is your Cougar Basketball Hour with Kamie Ethridge. You can earn your bragging rights at Northern Quest with more slot machines, table games, restaurants, lounges, and luxury hotel rooms than anyone else in the region. Northern Quest, yes, the best. More at northernquest.com. Well, Coach, again, always fun to be here at Zeppo's and see all these fans that you go out and talk to during the breaks. And just it's great to be back here for another basketball season.
Just love coming here, and I can't get to everybody all the time, but just can't say enough good things about the people in this room and the vibe in this room and the support that we feel. That's why I want to keep bringing these players to come and sense this and feel this. Again, Cougs are amazing, and appreciate every single one of you that come out and continue to support us in every single capacity, and just want to make you proud. We want to represent you guys the way the way you love this university.
Again, your next opportunity to watch us at home Saturday. We will be at Moraga to take on St. Mary's Thursday night at 6:30. Again, if you show up early, you can get one of these. That's right, a bucket hat, reversible. So you can get almost 2 hats in one there with the bucket hat, first 500 fans. And also, again, wear your white.
Not 500, like 4 something, because I'm going to steal a couple of those.
All right, so make sure, get there early is what we're trying to tell you. It's noon start time. It's us. It's Gonzaga. It's a rivalry. You want to get there early anyway, so come on out early and have a good time.
Especially because they take over all our seats.
Yes.
Don't let Gonzaga take all those seats away when their big fat buses come in.
That's right. So get to the Coliseum, get your tickets, come on out and early. Coach, final minute of the show, anything that you want to either talk about with what we have done or what we've got going on, or just to address Cougar fans out there?
Yeah, just want to just be excited about this team. Again, I think if I had gone back 2 months, I would have said we would have been in a better spot right now, but I'm not afraid of where we are. Again, every single day we walk into the gym, our freshmen are so coachable. They are so competitive. And it's just, I think I underestimated the fact that 7 new players in the gym is not going to be the easiest thing to relate to what it's going to take to win. And these guys want to win. They're going to compete. We're going to get better. They're tough. They're strong. They're competitive. We're gonna be in it at the end. We're gonna be chasing a championship. We're gonna be chasing a tournament championship, and we need every single Coug here and out there supporting us and making sure that we get there along the way. And NCAA tournament, that's what we want. That's
Absolutely.
What we're after.
All right.
Go
Again,
Cougs!
the coach of Cougar basketball, Kamie Ethridge. We're back next Monday. Again, Thursday at St. Mary's. Saturday at home at noon against Gonzaga. Thanks for tuning in. It's been your Cougar Basketball Hour live from Zeppos.
You've been listening to the Cougar Basketball Hour.